saying, man, the streets ain't talking about you, man. If I can't spin a block and find out about you, man, the people ain't about you, man.
It's your boy A Butta, and I'm back with another episode of that Streets First podcast. Today I got someone special in the building, y'all. Shout out to my man A Mash for making this one happen for me, baby. Pride of New York, y'all. You hear what I'm telling you? Pride. This is called Streets First, baby. He played on a lot. I'm talking about 19 years in that NBA, man. Don't get it twisted. I ain't gonna break all of this down. We're gonna get into all of that during the story. You hear what I'm saying? The pride of New York for me, man. Charles Oakley's in the building, people. You know what I mean? Charles, what's good, baby?
Just chilling. Appreciate it. Thanks for
Good
having
to meet you, my man.
No doubt.
Oh, man. First thing first, you know, I wanted to give you a little description of the show. You know, I basically like to bring leaders on here that I wanted to show the next generation the difference between bosses and leaders. And I'm going out there and I'm searching and finding the leaders. I'm going to talk to the people that I know been through some things, seen some things, walked through the same trials of life that we walked through, and at the end of the day, don't have a problem with explaining their life story and letting people know the rights and wrongs and how to get over some of the bumps and bruises. So I appreciate you taking the time out, you know what I mean?
It's cool. Life is bumps and bruises. I mean, whoever you talk to should have some stories, because life is a story.
Facts. Let's take them down a little bit of memory lane, man. Let's go back to Cleveland, you know. Shout out to Cleveland, Ohio. Let's John Jay, if I'm not mistaken, right? That's the high school you went to?
John Hay.
John A, right?
But it started before John Hay started in Chesterfield. Harry Davis, then John Hay. So, in my age, growing up in my era, it was a lot different. You know, it was like, you know, they catch 2 buses to school.
Wow.
Or either walk 2 miles and a half. But
wow. I
got there, I did what I had to do. You see a lot of things growing up on the streets. So, you know, it's a lot of stories like if I miss a 3, I either catch a 40, catch a 6, but either way, you always got to catch 2 buses.
Wow.
So everything ran up and down and across. So you always had a chance to miss one, catch the next, and now you just walk through the neighborhoods and find your way to get there. But sometimes when you go through the neighborhood, you see a lot of things. You know, a lot of things, you be like, wow, this and that. But, you know, hey, you do what you're supposed to do, keep walking and going to school.
Facts. What was it like, you know, playing for the high school that you played for?
My high school was a big high school. A lot of like football players that came out, went to the, you know, big school, went to the NFL.
Okay.
And in my area, it was like 3 or 4 guys, because I played football and basketball.
Wow.
Some other guys who made it in football, and I made it in basketball. But it was fun, you know. It was, I think school back then, like, you know, especially like, you know, the kids was big for, you know, when you was in high school, big kids. Now you go back to the inner city, the kids are small.
Okay.
And I go to games, I'll be like, wow, go back to my home, you know, go back to my high school games sometime. And, you know, I played the guard, center, the tackle, probably average 250. Now they probably 260, now they probably average 220.
It went down.
Yeah, the weight down.
Wow.
And, you know, just, so I think that, you know, but it's still, you know, it's still school, and they, you know, go play, and, you know, you go down stakes and get your head knocked in. You know, you need a big team. You need a big offensive lineman. You don't have a big all over, you know, positions like receivers, running back, quarterbacks. You know, it can be smaller, but when your line's just the same size as your quarterback,
facts,
you're gonna get knocked down.
Now, just out of curiosity, right? I'm just curious. You got drafted by the Cavs, if I'm not mistaken.
I got
right?
drafted by the Cavs and traded to Chicago.
You got traded to Chicago, right? Now you played with about 4 or 5 different NBA teams. You know what I'm saying?
4,
like, can you give my listeners a little bit of your history when it came to your draft night, and like, what was it like for Big Oak to get drafted? What was that feeling like being a kid coming from Cleveland?
You know, coming from a historic black college, and I went to a lot of All-Star games my senior year.
Can you please get that college a nice shout out, please?
Oh, Virginia Union, no doubt.
Virginia Union.
But my senior year, you know, I had a good year. I think I averaged like 25 and 17 at a black college, but we won our conference. But we lost at the Butta at NCAA by 1 point. So my senior year, we went 31-1.
Wow.
And we went 31-1, and you know, we looked good for us 31-1. But I had stats, And I got invited to a lot of All-Star games. Like I said, I went to Hawaii. I went to East and West classes of the Finals 4. Ooh. I went to the PIT.
Yeah, I know what those are.
No doubt. So the PIT is like, it's a conference, you know, they pick all the good guys in the region. You don't get your best players to go there.
Only in the region.
So my senior year, I think Sam Mitchell was there. He went to, he got drafted. We played on the same team.
Shout out to Sam Mitchell.
I think that, you know, they got there like they said, do your thing. So I wasn't a guy who always tried to just come out and score, but I ended up having like 35 and 25. And the next night I had 35 and 20. So the pattern, the antenna went up. You know, because scouts do be there. Back then, there were a lot of scouts there because there was a few sleepers, you know, like Scotty came out after I did. He went there. Ben went there. Terry Davis, AJ, all these guys went to the
I hear the names he dropping.
So all them Virginia Union small black colleges. We had a little railroad for a minute, you know. We had a little stretch. We had like 5 guys in like 15 years to get to the pros.
Know your history.
And I think that once that happened, I went to the East and West. Then they invited to Hawaii. So I went to the East and West. The state got bigger, so the big boys played in that because it was a bigger show. You know, all the guys like, you know, Bobby Lee Hurt, you had Tisdale, Xavier McDaniel, Joe Dumars.
Xavier.
So next thing was with Hawaii. So it was the competition got bigger, but I think as it got bigger, my game just got better.
You handled yours.
I was used to a lot of more tough-minded things. I think when you go to a grinding school, historic black college, you know, it gets you ready for the moment.
Educate them.
You get ready for the moment. So when I got a chance to play against the bigger boys, it was just like, hey, this is what I do all the time. I play hard and I know hard effort and play smart. And I'll never forget when Dean Smith, he was coaching in the East and West All-Star game. And you know, you always have guys who just want to do their thing.
That's right.
And Dean Smith was like, I'm gonna tell y'all guys, 2 passes, 10 shot. And it was a simple thing as that. He was just telling guys 2 passes and shot. So he told us that 2 or 3 times. You know, I'm more of a detailed guy. So I was in the game, came out, so I'm watching what these guys doing. He'll pass one time, guys try to, you know, take a shot. He'll take him out, don't even tell him. But I got what he was telling. He was saying 2 passes in a shot, not 1 pass in a shot. So it was just like, I'm saying, wow, these guys been in these big schools and they still don't get the fundamentals what he's telling them. So it ain't always the big things people tell you. It's just small things sometimes.
Facts.
So after that, and I went to there in Hawaii. I kept looking better and better. And I know in Hawaii, me and Joe Dumars played on the same team. We played against X. You know, he went to a small school
shout out
too.
To Joe.
He went to Magnesia State. And so we kept playing against the big boys, and we kept looking good. And next thing I know, when the draft came, they were predicting me in the 2nd, 3rd round, but somewhere out of the blue,
1st round, man.
Jed Krause from Chicago Bulls. So they said they wanted me. They took me at number 9.
Now here's my question for you, right? Because you know, being that I get to talk to you, and I got one question for you, because my dad, like back then, had me watching basketball. And I just wanted to ask you personally, what was it like playing against the Detroit Pistons, like the battle? Because you're a different type of animal the way you are, so I want to hear it from you.
Basically the same thing I said when I was coming up. When I got to play against the bigger guys, it was just like, hey, I'm used to, you know, I know where my heart at. So my heart is big, no matter who I play against, I'm going to play the same.
Facts.
But, I mean, they pros, but like I said, I held my own against whoever I played against. It wasn't the point of, you're going to run over me. You know? So I'm going to put a stop to that. But, I mean, they played hard, tough. I mean, I like Lambert. I don't think they really cheap shots, but sometimes you see stuff, they only show clips of a bad play, but all the plays ain't bad. But I didn't have too much problem around the NBA.
So just out of curiosity, like being that we talking about that, like how do you think today's game and back then game, how do you look at it today? I mean, just your opinion.
My opinion, I coached a couple years in Charlotte. I think
you were the assistant coach with the Charlotte Bobcats.
Yeah, I think, you know, you got some guys who can play now, but can they play with pressure on you? You know, you can play freely now, but back in the day, they gonna put their hands on you. They gonna, you know, they gonna pick you. They gonna bump you for 4 to 8 minutes, not just 2 or 3 minutes a game. But you know, you gotta give these guys their props. I mean, it's their time now, and they shining. The few who are shining, they ain't a lot now. We hyping them like it's like every team got 2 or 3 guys. Even about 4 or 5 teams got 2. Then about 3 teams got 3 guys. So it's a lot of bad. I say out of the 30 teams, you might have, like Michael Jordan said that day, you might have 3 or 4 teams. He said 2. But the other one is a suspect. But, you know, it's a job. You know, everybody, you know, they say because you work somewhere, you know, you have to do what you can do. So it's a thing now. The NBA, you can have less talent and still make it.
Wow. Y'all hear him. I just got a question for you. Like, I asked a lot of the people that I've had on the show this question just to hear their opinion. What do you think about LeVar Ball, the dad of the Alonzo Ball?
I have no problem with the dad. It's just like, you know, consider the Kardashians. They ain't do nothing to hurt themselves. All they doing stuff to help themselves. He started a brand. He got 3 sons called the 3 Bs. He gave him a mic. I mean, hey, if they want to hear it, they put the mic on it, so they ain't taking the mic away, so they must want to hear it.
That's the truth.
I met him before. I mean, he spoke to me, showed me love. I'm not a hater. I mean, people don't like to see people create their own style of doing things. He created a style nobody never done before. He called it 3 Bs. You know, hey, who said it's not gonna work? It's working.
Wow.
One son got drafted number 2. He got 2 more coming. So if the other 2 don't come, he still got something going.
That's the truth. Talk to him, Big O. Now, you played for 5 different NBA teams. Just your opinion. What was your best times?
My best time, probably just having fun playing. I can say Chicago, playing with Mike early. You know, when Mike was more free spirit and just having fun with the player. You know, I don't see, like, playing with Mike, you know, he was just like do what the other guys do. And when, like, he was just, you know, shy away, or like Michael Jackson or Prince or somebody in the concert, they go their dressing room and the band go in this dressing room. We did things together. Went to dinner, we played pool, we played ping pong, we went bowling. So that was his, you know, first 5 years. But, you know, we've been friends all our life. But I'm saying is, he didn't separate himself. He tried to make the team better, do small things, get everybody together. So, you know, get some leadership, structure going.
Now, I'm not trying to be personal, but being that you said that, I'm just asking, like, what was it like playing with Michael Jordan? Because, like,
it was basically, I mean,
this is the greatest player in the world to people that, like myself, as a basketball fan and player. You know what I'm saying? So
well,
I'm just curious for you. That's your man, and
I'm just, you know, like, you know what? Michael's the plane, but I'm the cockpit. So my job was
I like that. I like the way you just said that.
My job was to make sure he's okay.
Okay.
You know, so I got to take the plane, land the plane, you know, be all good. But no, it was, to me, it was the job. And I think a lot of guys who got called up in Chicago area, you know, I played with him for 3 years. Some of them played long or shorter. But be a man, be accountable, be able, when you get traded, go somewhere, hold your own self up. Most of the guys who left Michael fell down like a building. But, you know, maybe Scotty succeed more than anybody, but a lot of them guys, they got contracts, but they didn't live up to them.
They didn't live up to that hype, huh?
I came with Chicago, New York, you know, helped my, you know, brought some heart here, some toughness, and just kept it grinding.
You were the heart of the city, baby. I was another question I wanted to ask you. Was John Starks nice to you? That's just my personal.
Oh, yeah. Well, everybody had to be nice to me. You'll be around me. I ain't having it no other way.
That's my guy, Starks.
No, John's my man. John not a bad attitude guy. You know, he might have shown, like, that's what people get around me sometimes. Well, you all rough, you mean? So, no, I'm just doing my job. I ain't, this is me. I'm on the court. That's what I have to do. I mean, off the court, you can come and talk to me, have a conversation. No, John's cool. John ain't, you know, it was just on the court thing.
I think that what people don't understand is when they look and they come up to you and they might have their own little way of what they're trying to say or do, you might have that whole personality that shuts all that down. And I think a lot of people, they're afraid of that.
Well, you can't bring no bullshit to me. I don't let that come this way. So that's why, you know, if from a relationship or this and that, if you come bullshit to me, I shut it down.
Right away.
I'm like Public Enemy. I'm gonna shut it down.
Just out of curiosity, while we talking about this basketball, Big O, you in the big 3. You know, now you just had this team, so I'm just curious. Can you explain to us, like, what's that about? Can you give us the
big 3?
Yeah, break that down.
It's just a league Ice Cube and Jeff, you know, they came up with, and basically they had a lot of rules and regulations for us. Like, you know, once we got all the coaches, co-captains, and all of that, we had a draft. Everybody had a draft, you know, and I think that once we had a draft, every team got 6 players.
Okay.
And at first, some of the rules was the first team to 60. Then it was taking too long. They changed the first team to 50. So the first team get 25, you get a halftime. Then the second half, the first team get 25 more.
Wow.
I mean the 50. So it was fun. You had some legend coaches. Legend. I'm a young legend. But when you have Dr. J, Rick Barry,
Wow.
Clyde, Rick Mahoney's older, so I get more.
Facts.
He's older than me. But Gary Prater, myself. We had some great coaches, guys who came out, and I think it was great for the fans to see guys from the older days, some kids growing up, they can see that transition. Then you had the younger guys who played 10 years ago in the league can see a ball.
Facts.
And ball the way they did when they played ball. Basketball, I don't know what they playing now. You let me shoot, I let you shoot. But it was fun. All the games sold out. Trinity won the championship this year, and they're going to come back with that team, going to keep the whole team. So everybody else had to go back to the draft and pick a team again. So it's about, changing up.
Did it feel good to be like in that position, like coaching and
it was cool. I mean, I like that.
I seen a couple of things on Instagram. I guess the way they made it, like you and Steven Jackson, going back and forth. So it's like they showed the tough love of how y'all guys got together though through all of that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fight he don't want. But at the end of the day, everybody we had fun.
Facts.
Steven's a good guy. He just want to win, and hey.
Passions clash.
I don't try to clash a lot with people because that's for me some headaches gonna be happening.
I got you.
But I just try to be no nonsense. I don't mess with nobody. I'm to myself, and I'm not gonna let nobody just get to me though.
Being that you saying that, so it sounds like I could go to this, like if there was like advice that you could give to a kid on how to get over humps, how would you break that down? Because a lot of us, we didn't know how to handle things at certain times, and in order for you to be blessed and put in certain situations, no matter how tough you are, you handle things the right way at certain times. So I would love to hear how you was able to do that.
Well, my thing is, I guess when growing up and everybody, you're gonna get tested as you go through life, different situations, different ways. Start from the playground, and family, whoever. Just stand your ground, hold your ground. When someone do something to you, you got to defend yourself. Sometimes if it's like playing ball, if you get hit in the head, okay, something can have an accident. It's somebody, okay, well, it ain't worth the time, so you can push it to the side, but if it keep going on and on, give it 2 times, got to put a stop to it.
One
so
time fool me, 2
you just
times
got
I see
to,
you. Okay.
just, know situation that, you got to take care of yourself and you got to stand up for yourself.
Now, for my fans, I know y'all want to know about this. Cleveland, as you watching the NBA right now, what do you think about Cleveland?
With the city or the team?
The team.
I think they got better from last year. I think that as long as LeBron on your team, you got a chance, and his smarts and way he keep everybody involved with the game and try to get the ball to the right players at the right time and just his IQ. They got pieces. Just against teams like Golden State and San Antonio, you just have to play smart. That's who they play in the finals. But Cleveland got a good team, and just got to play 82 games and go from there. Playoff. Different stir, but like I said, as long as they get LeBron, they have a chance. And the West, I think OKC is gonna be a tough test in the West for whoever.
Wow, that one right there is a prediction for y'all. Wow,
yeah, I think Westbrook gonna step it up, and Paul George, and hope if Melo plays his part, and just hey, I tell everybody, remember all these older groups, they always broke up and went their own ways, but a lot of them always come back to the group. And hope Melo realize that now this is his 3rd team, and he don't have to be the focus guy. Westbrook, Paul George, he don't have to be the 3rd fill on the team. But just play your job. As long as you win, it shouldn't even be about points. Now you get your money.
Facts.
It should be trying to get a ring and just be happy.
Now, you're a big golf fan.
Mm-hmm.
Just curious, like, what does golf do for you?
Golf, my game ain't all that. It used to be better, but golf is something that can relax you. You play against some of your peers, your competition. You know, it can bring your morale together. It just golf is that little ball. It's something you love to do, but sometimes it's hard to hit it and get it down. It's a tough, probably the toughest sports out there. You know?
Wow.
It's just tough. You gotta, because you by yourself. Like they said, you're on an island by yourself. You gotta hit that ball straight off the tee. Next shot straight. Next shot straight. Then in the cup. Sometimes they get hard, but like you said, you put your time and effort. But I'm just one of them guys that's gonna be an average golfer. And you know, I work and I blame clubs. I blame my body. But at the end of the day,
who are some of like your golfing buddies?
John. I play with a lot of football Bruce. I play with everybody. Eric Dickerson.
Ooh.
I played with Richard Dent. I mean,
a lot of guys be hiding that
they
they be playing golf. That's why I asked you. A lot of guys try to hide that they play golf. Like everybody, to them, that's their them time. So they don't be wanting everybody to know.
No, everybody knows because if you're on the golf course and you play in tournaments, people gonna know.
Oh, okay.
So
you be in tournaments?
Yeah, they want celebrities. I guess I'm a celebrity to bring me. No, I play in a lot of golf tournaments. I used to play in at least about 5 or 6 a year.
Wow.
Yeah, and I have a tournament, and it's fun though. You know, because you get to meet people from different levels, all fashion of life. You know, actors, baseball, football, hockey, and just some corporate people. You meet everybody.
Well, just out of curiosity, as we winding down towards like the end of the show, I'm just curious, like these businesses that you have. You have a restaurant, right? I want to hear a little bit about some of those.
Just some stuff I got started early. The car wash. I had a whole like shopping plaza in Cleveland growing up. Try to put something back in the neighborhood growing up in Cleveland.
Wow,
and,
that's dope.
I got involved with right now. I'm trying to do my cookbook coming out.
Wow, what's the name of that? Make sure my people
well, we ain't
get
got
ready
the name
for that.
yet.
Not yet? You just want you look forward for the
coming.
cookbook.
And I'm working with the Kazane, this company, and build. I got like a slot machine, build different games.
Wow.
I just launched this 500 level. It's a clothing line. So it's at Charles Oakley oakshop.com. So it got like
check that out.
Jerseys, got hats, it got t-shirts, it got all kind of things. We keep adding to the site. That's doing pretty good, and just trying to work, keep it going.
Hey man, Oak man, I got Big Oakley in the house, man. I appreciate you taking the time, coming to show love on Streets First. If there's anything to my people, you are the definition of Streets First. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Hey, Streets First podcast. We're now sponsored by Triple O of our own. Make sure you go check out my man Ben Gordon's gym, 158 Gramerton Avenue, up in Mount Vernon. You can follow us on Instagram at Streets First Podcast. You can follow us on Facebook at Streets First Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Streets First PC. This your boy Butta, man. I'm going to keep going out to get them. I'm going to keep bringing leaders in here and talking to them and making sure that my people, our people all around this world understand that they are people that have been through the same walks of life. Y'all can hear some of their stories. Y'all can hear from the way that they want to tell it. You know what I'm saying? We got more to come. Stay tuned. It's your boy Butta. The Bull's outside. I'm out.